We think that the point is to pass the test or overcome the problem, but the truth is that things don't really get solved. They come together and they fall apart. Then they come together again and fall apart again. It's just like that. The healing comes from letting there be room for all this to happen. Room for grief, for relief, for misery, for joy. Like, I'll be good, I'll be fine. I'm just feeling a bit fucking burnt out and tired and like I need to disconnect for a bit. Yeah, that building's vibing. Having sunlight in the morning, waking up.
Oh, bro. It's actually the perfect time of year to be in Sydney.
It's nice.
It's cold as shit, so.
CP time. Woo!
We just look like we're in a lesbian getaway.
It looks so nice in the sunlight. Cheers. What does it say at the start?
A year of life, projects, thoughts, patterns, insanity, and an excitement capacity many people wish they had.
Wow.
So my room improvement ideas, my desk ideas.
Oh my goodness.
Officially done. Insert photo here. Didn't do that.
It's always like that, hey?
Clean room goal 1 month. When I was designing Rolly and my jackets.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful. I love how animated it is.
Well, thank you. My aim for the month. 22/03/19. These thoughts are back with vengeance, doubt, worthlessness, and uncertainty. No one that you feel is your support beam. When your frail beams are splintering away and you are left lopsided and disorientated, the foundation is questioned. These feelings can be numbed and isolated for the time, but then you have to look in the mirror and surrender. Pressures build. Dates are locked in. You cannot alter time. You choose what you do with your life, with the time you have given. You're given. This life is full of blessings, yet alongside it is cursed moments, which you take in your stride. It erupts like a shadow when the sun soars from behind the clouds. This bed is mine, all mine, but it feels so empty without you. It feels cold, lifeless, unloved. It needs you to be whole, and sometimes so do I.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's so cute.
So all we need is the sun, and it's us, and there's those 2 buildings with the cute rooftops.
Oh, yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Tea.
Tea and the tree. There's a beautiful tree there.
There's a really pretty tree. Oh wow, yeah, that really gave it.
Yeah?
Yeah, that really gave connection.
And then we need our tea.
Yeah, a little tea. And you know that if you can make a tiny little bit of steam as it's coming up, because you know when it hits the light just right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep. Oh, that's the stuff. And how do we express vibes or music?
Oh yeah. In a not cliche way.
I know, without just a music symbol.
Maybe we just put
Oh yeah.
that out the lot.
Vibes are high.
Beautiful.
I love it.
What should I call it?
Small moments.
Ah! Small moments.
Small moments.
Small moments before big moments, because you're about to have a big moment.
Yeah. Love it.
And what's the date?
The 19th.
Things have been feeling kind of uncomfortably mundane lately. I've been feeling kind of low and also very busy with work. I feel kind of just swept up in the rat race of doing things and moving forward and achieving things and ticking things off. and the time I have to explore my own inner creativity and my own passions feels kind of strangled by the demands of work and making money and moving forwards. But something that also brings me a lot of comfort in this time at the moment, when things do feel kind of mundane and I do feel quite busy and like I don't have time for my creativity fully, is remembering that this is just a chapter and everything is just a chapter in life. And I've been really resonating with that quote that I read out at the start of this video, the things coming together and things falling apart. And I've also been remembering how important both of these states are, and remembering not to demonize the state of things falling apart and the state of feeling low and feeling the pull of like chaos, because that state is necessary for us to feel those times when things come together and when things feel full of ease and joy and bliss. Like, the falling apart moments make you realize when you have those coming together moments, and life is a constant interplay between them. But one thing that helps me so much when I feel like this is trying to stick to my routine. These little things like taking time in the morning to have a nice shower, taking time to meditate before I start my day, really help me stay like stabilized, I guess, and help things feel more ordered and help things not fall into complete chaos. Good morning, guys. It's one of those mornings I'm like rushing around when I think I have so much time, and then I look at the clock and I'm like, I've got to go. It's because I'm meeting a friend for coffee this morning, so I'm like leaving the house an hour earlier than I usually would, so everything's a bit chaotic, but that's okay. It's Monday. Okay, let's take a moment. It's Monday morning. It's a sunny day. It's been raining for the past few days. I've been feeling not great. I've been feeling very, very low, and this week I really want to bring myself back to a space of lightheartedness and openness and excitement and that sense of like possibility and wonder that I think that I so often have. I want to come back to that space this week, and just feel excited. I haven't felt excited for life lately. I've just been kind of waking up like, oh, it's another day in this human body doing my fucking little things that I do every day. That's how life has felt lately, and so I want to come back into like, wow, it's life, how exciting, how fun I get to do all of this stuff, and how exciting for all the people I'm going to become in the future, all the places I'm going to go, all the people I'm going to meet, all of the richness that is out there. I want to come back to that this week. Also, I got a new car. I'm so excited about my new car. We need to have a proper catch up, because I feel like I've been in a lot of phases and chapters and things happening, and like that has made my mind feel so like scattered. In a good way though. You know, you have like a lot of conversation, like a lot of in-depth conversations with people, and just like a lot of moments where you feel like your mind is sort of shifting or expanding or changing in some way. It's quite draining and quite exhausting to be going through that like changing process, whether you're changing your beliefs or like changing physical things or just like anything that changes takes a lot of energy. I feel like I've been going through a lot of motions of that lately, of like, and every couple of days I just feel like this huge like it's been a cycle. Cycle's just so short, and it's been feeling quite drained, but I just can't wait to get back on track this week. I need to go. I need to be somewhere. I need to get somewhere it takes 10 to 15 minutes to drive to. I need to be there in 5 minutes.
And what is their role ecologically? That's a huge question, I realize, but what are they busy doing?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because they're tiny little plants, and yet they have a huge role to play. where to start. One of the most important things to think about in terms of the roles that mosses play is that their whole bodies, their whole way of being is designed at the scale of water drops. They are designed to attract and hold water. And so one of their major roles is to do exactly that. Mosses are like sponges. They hold.
And my glass is waiting for some fresh ice cubes.
What could this be, make believe?
Oh, I love messages from friends sometimes. Like, that's another thing I want to say, guys. I sharing my deepest and darkest secrets with you. No, one thing I love to do when I'm feeling a bit low, a bit not my full self, a bit missing my spark, a bit lost, and I would like to look back through my journals or through my camera roll just to remind myself of like all the people that I've been and all the things that I have experienced and felt and learned, to remind myself of like the richness of my life, even in like the short period of the past year. Even when I look back on like a week, sometimes I'm like, I can see the nuances in myself and the way that I fluctuate, and like the layers and the chapters that as we like evolve as people, we go through so many changes and so many experiences that change us, and people and connection. Anyway, I was looking back on myself last year, and I remember being in this low space around this time last year before I went overseas, and I had just been in this really nice sort of like situationship for a couple of months that then ended, and during that time I felt like I was doing a lot of like inner child work, and I was going to therapy, and I was realizing things about myself and understanding myself on a deeper level, and also like my family, and like my context within all of that, because we're just a part of like everything that's going on. And as we grow up, we think of ourselves as like me, and it's like self is isolated, and then you grow up and you realize you're a part of this web, which at a close range is your family, right? And then you realize how connected we are. But anyway, and when I was looking through my camera roll, I remembered myself like at the start of, for most of 2022 to be honest, but just feeling really lonely, and I felt like I didn't have people that I could really count on, or like people that I felt safe to talk to, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I had deep enough friendships, but also the crazy thing was like, I think a big reason why I didn't have deep friendships was because I didn't know how to express depth in a friendship. It was always me, myself, and I. Like, I'll journal, I'll figure this out, but like, I won't tell anyone, I won't speak, I'll just write. And I learned how to speak to people last year. And as such, my relationships have deepened a lot, even just on YouTube. Like, my community has deepened, because I'm open, people can see themselves in me. It's crazy. But yeah, basically, the low is, it is just a low, but it's okay to feel the lowness, even though you know it's just a low and there's going to be more hills. It's just a valley, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you're in a valley, if that makes sense. And reflect and see how much you've grown, see how much you've changed, see how much you've evolved. And if you are unaware of the evolution of yourself, which I think that if you watch my videos, you probably are very aware of your own evolution. But if you're not, start to pay more attention to your life and to the experiences you have, and hence the memories you make. Try to be more attuned to them, because I think there's so much beauty in being attuned to our experience of life, because it's our experience of life. It's the closest we're going to get to knowing, you know? Anywho, I actually feel really good after this chat. Thank you very much. Sometimes all we need to do is talk, even if you're just talking to yourself, or I'm talking to people in a screen. Life is up, life is down. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Evenings are for exercising my creativity because that makes me happy. I've come down to the beach in hopes of finding some lightness and some sense of playfulness, because life has just felt so like serious lately. Just like feeling like I need to do all these things and like complete all these tasks and do this, do that, so much stuff to do, and I just want to be. It's so beautiful down here. Like the sea is just so big. The ocean is so big. And it's so like just beautiful. I love it in the morning when I come down to the beach and there's like a puddle of like glitter on the water. So nice. So beautiful. Yeah, I'm honestly just craving just completely disconnecting at the moment. Like I just want to run away into the forest, guys. That's what I know. I've had enough of this, like, all the real world shit. I'm like, just get me to the forest, get me a tent, and leave me there for a week, and we'll be good. I also have this little book that I'm reading at the moment. I've been reading it for ages, and it's such a fucking small book. But I want to sit and read some of it now, because reading is one of those things that when I'm busy, I kind of convince myself that I don't have the time to do it. And so I want to just make the time this morning for myself before I start work today. But I read this line the other night when I was reading this book, and it resonated and really, really hit. I was like, oh, I needed to hear that, so I'm going to read it. So it's about this boy in India he's left his guardian because they were like mean and abusive and not nice, and he's run away, and then he found friends, and then his friends left, and now he's all by himself, and he doesn't know what to do, and he wants to leave India, but he doesn't know where to go, and he's like lost, like me. And he says, "I must go," he told himself. "I do not want to rot like the mangoes at the end of the season, or burn out like the sun at the end of the day. I cannot live like the gardener, the cook, and the water carrier, doing the same task every day of my life. I'm not interested in today. I want tomorrow. I cannot live in this same small room all my life, with a family of lizards living in other people's homes and never having one of my own. I have to break away. I want to be either somebody or nobody. I don't want to be anybody."
beautiful woman. She is a herbalist and a healer, a breeder of Afghan hounds and the author of many books. She is a traveller in search of herbal wisdom, a friend and helper of the gypsies, and the pioneer of holistic veterinary medicine.
And ivy leaves, not the poison ivy of America. The earth and the people who work the earth or travel it is of
Good morning, guys. I'm doing a job at the moment for a brand that sells like linen bed sheets and robes and pajamas, and I'm making 3 reels for them. And so I've like come up with the concepts for the reels already, written the script and filmed most of the body for the videos. I did that last week, but I'm just going back and filming a hook for each of the videos for at the start, where I'm actually talking to the camera, because that's something the brand has specifically requested. And I'm doing it early in the morning as soon as I wake up, because I kind of want it to be a bit more authentic. Like I feel like if I get ready for the day and then film these videos of me like being in bed in pajamas, like it's just not going to come across like I'm actually in bed, like this is real, I just woke up. I literally would be wearing my pajamas at this point. So that is the start of my day. And then I'm going to go to the gym shortly, which painfully so, honestly, like going to the gym on a rainy day, it just doesn't feel like the right thing to do. But at the same time, I know it makes me feel good. And once I start going more consistently, the momentum builds and I just feel like it becomes more routine, and I'm trying to like get back into that. And when I went the other morning, I felt so good and like so focused throughout the day that day. It's funny just like noticing the little things that affect you and make you feel good or make you feel bad, and just like paying attention to those nuances within yourself. I feel like that's a huge part about just like knowing yourself and knowing what works for you. And for me, working out, especially like lifting weights at the gym, makes me feel good. It makes me feel really good. And so I'm trying to remember that and just go and do it, because once I start lifting the weights, I'm like, oof, yes, that is it. We are strong, we are fit, we can do hard things. I was having a conversation with someone subscribed to my channel on Instagram last night, and they were asking me if I struggle with like switching between, like, because I'm doing multiple things, like doing architecture and then this content creation job and then other content creation jobs, like if I struggle with switching between the different things I'm doing. And I definitely do. I definitely struggle a lot with like feeling like I'm doing one thing and then 2 hours later I switch to another job and I feel like my brain can't keep up with it. I think that I am doing too much basically at the moment, and I'm gonna need to slow down at some point. But I feel like I get into certain chapters per se in life which feel like they have certain themes that stand out the most. Like sometimes I'm like prioritizing my rest more, and sometimes I'm prioritizing work more, and I feel like I'm just in a season at the moment where work is kind of taking priority, but it feels like it's a tool to get me to a place, if that makes sense. Like I definitely cannot keep up this work, like I definitely can't keep up this amount of work I'm doing for a long time. It's absolutely not sustainable. It's like my garden has overgrown with weeds and I need to prune, like we need to cut back. But for now I'm doing the absolute most so that I can save money and go traveling. Life is good. Like all of these things that I'm doing now and things that I'm feeling kind of like overwhelmed with and like feeling really busy about are things that I longed for in the past. Because I remember myself like this time last year, and I remember being in this space where I was like, I'm like barely making that much money from my architecture job. I'm like sitting in an office for 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. Like my time is so consumed, yet I feel like I'm not getting paid enough for like my time. Architecture jobs in general just like don't pay very well, which is like a huge misconception. Anyway, and I felt like I was putting all of this effort into like making content and making my YouTube videos and like doing all this stuff, and I was just seeing no like results. I wasn't getting anything from it in the time. It felt like I was just putting in so much and getting nothing out. And now that I'm in this space of being really busy now and like having jobs that are actually making me money, I can look back at that time of my life and be like, oh, that was really necessary, because if I gave up then when I felt like things weren't going well enough or like things weren't going the way that I thought they should be going, then I wouldn't be in this place now. I guess it's just like a note to self to just like keep going, even if it's not, you know, even if the tree's not bearing fruits now. Things will come in the future. It's just about like having the perseverance, I guess, and the tenacity and the self-belief to keep going, because I feel like when we do creative things a lot of the time, so much of it is self-belief. Basically, keep going. You've got this. Good things are ahead. If you're in a busy chapter now, it's not forever. And if you have something you're working on, you feel like you're not getting enough out of it for what you're putting in, don't worry. You will reap the harvest in time, everything in time. Like, things are not instant. We're so used to things being instant in this world and like the quickness of everything. But I think that good things good things take time, you know? Truly, good things take time, and good things come to those who wait. But yeah, I'm gonna continue my work day. I have another job I need to do today. But then I'm going out for dinner with a friend later, so I have something to look forward to. That's like my biggest thing in life at the moment, just trying to find things to look forward to that are near, rather than feel like I have big goals that I'm looking ahead for, but I'm just like, how can I find the magic in each day? What can I look forward to each day amongst the mundanity and sameness of having a busy work life? Where can I find the joy? Where can I find the pleasure? And right now I'm honestly finding it just lying in bed and editing these little videos. Sending you all the love, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.